gosh, I hope I recorded that. Not a great place for passing. Yeah, I'm not going to make this 3 wide. Whoa! Alright, so I missed a shift stretch. Oh, I mean, it was dumb, but that's how my day's been going. Definitely messed that corner up. Oh, man. But, you know, we're having fun, and that's what matters. Let's hope for no drama here. Don't like drama. Oh, jeez! What are you doing? So I don't love that. And we don't want to do that. It's me, right? Indeed it is. Alright, so here we are at qualifying at Oulton Park. That's the round this week for the Fanatec MX-5 Global Cup, or whatever it's called. Pretty fun track, good combination with this car. Lots of braking zones and tight corners, a couple higher speed corners. Lots of chances to really kind of work on a variety of skills. Not a great place for passing though. The race might be a little bit of a parade just because the track's fairly narrow and a lot of the braking zones are kind of like this one here where there's not really room for 2 cars, and so generally the car that's ahead has enough room to keep the other car behind. But just like last week, we get 2 flying laps for qualifying. It's my warm-up lap. Tires seem to be rubbering in pretty well, so we'll see how it goes. I've been getting quicker all week. Certainly don't expect pole or anything like that, but I would like to be sort of in the top half of the field, and my goal is to finish in the top 5. And a little too conservative through the last corner as well, but overall not a terrible lap. 156.3, so that's actually pretty solid. My best lap is the high 155, so I feel pretty good about that actually. Oh gosh, I hope I recorded that. Alright, here we are on the grid for our race. This, I think, is a pretty fast split. I qualified 6th, but like everyone was within a couple of tenths, and I had a pretty good lap, so I think I'm mostly going to focus on trying to stay safe, because I feel like if I try to all-out race these guys, I think they're just, a lot of them are just a bit, not tons, but just a bit faster than me. I mean, I don't know how consistent they are. I don't know how well they'll do over the course of the whole race, but I do feel like I'm a little out of my depth. Alright, so we're waiting on the starter's flag here. There's the red lights.
Green flag.
And we're off.
Got 10 laps to go.
Oh dear, they're already taking each other out. Don't know how that happened. That was an exciting start. Yeah, I'm not going to make this 3 wide. Watch these guys here. That was smart. Forgot to blip my throttle there, downshifted a little too early. But managed to save it, so that's good. Boy, I really don't know what happened at the start there. Whoa! Haha! Alright. Guess it was a little bit early on the throttle there. I'd started braking a little earlier than I normally would, just that I could get under him and try and get a run down the front, but he ended up just taking himself out, which made it easier. Because our goal was 5th and we're running 3rd, which means we're doing alright. My friend there was a lap down. I don't think we have any incident points yet either, so that's really good. I think that's what they're called. One of the tricky things is the way iRacing works, you race the same course over the course of the week. And it's up to you how many races you do. It's like basically 1 out of every 4 races counts for your standings, but you end up at the same track all week. And so generally, as you get to know the track better, you start getting a little bit faster. And one of the really tricky things is as you get faster, it changes things. So like as you get faster out of the exit to a corner, you're going faster into the following corner, and that can actually mess you up, right? You have a higher entry speed, and so now your braking zone is a little bit earlier. And so the more you drive, the more you learn and the faster you get, but then you have to kind of relearn things and adjust. Ooh, a little aggressive through there. Alright, so George, I missed a shift. George has got me up here. I think he's got me on this stretch.
Still there, hold your line. Clear on the left, car on your left.
Ah.
Still there.
Oh,
Clear on the
what is he
left.
doing?
Right side, clear.
Alright, let's see if we can recover from that little kerfuffle there. Yeah, we are going to let dangerous car like that, you just let him go by.
Right side.
So I have to watch the replay. I feel like I was pretty far alongside him there. Well, maybe I wouldn't have made the corner. I'll put my telemetry on here
Car on your left.
just to see what my pace looks like.
Still there, hold your line.
Yeah, my car's damaged. That wasn't for position, so we're not too worried about it. Now, this guy behind me we got to worry about. And he is gaining considerably. And the problem is, I'll not be able to defend if he gets here. Because again, my car's top speed has been affected. Probably because of bodywork damage or something. So it depends on how much I'm losing a lap. So 19.2. So with 2 laps to go, I think I'm okay. So he's 16.5 seconds back. I'm 4 or 5 seconds off the pace. We should be just fine. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at that incident. I thought I was alongside him. I thought maybe I could force the issue and have him take a wide line. I mean, it was dumb. I should have just backed out and let him have it. Because, you know, I said my goal was to finish in the top 5, and that was for 3rd place. I mean, you never want to just give up a spot, but I let my desire to stay on the podium kind of outweigh my overall goal for the race, and ended up costing me a good bit. Because I think definitely I would have been in the top 5. So, with a lap to go, we're about 10 seconds up, so I should be fine. 7th place is definitely not where I wanted to finish, and I definitely think I had a top 5, but whether the incident was my fault or whether it was the other guy's fault, as I think about it, it's probably mine. Either way, I shouldn't have let it happen. I should have been more conservative. But that's part of being a newbie to this sort of like really serious sim racing, is you learn those lessons. That's what these rookie series are kind of about. You learn when to defend, you learn the tracks, you learn how to balance the car a bit, you learn how to approach the week in your series, you know, how to handle practice and how to learn how to go faster, you know, what sort of things to look for, how to figure out how to gain time, and then the racecraft. Now you have to be careful when you go across the finish line because everyone stops like right after and hops out of their car. Alright, there we go. Seventh place, so not good. Alright, let's pop out. See that incident there. Alright, here we go. So he was definitely faster than me out of the first chicane here, which I knew. So I figured I would stay beside him on this little straightaway, give him the outside, and then just try to brake fairly late. Even if I was slow, he would be on the outside heading in, right? So he's there. I'm braking alongside. So I think he didn't know I was still alongside him. So, you know, he's going for the normal apex and just didn't know it was there, right? I mean, he's definitely got to run. He's a couple miles an hour faster than me. Make him go on the outside, figure out brake late, you know, use some engine braking to slow the car down. So yeah, I mean, he definitely doesn't leave me any room there. either way, I mean, definitely I should have, I missed a shift there. I missed two shifts. I'm frazzled that he was there. And I should have just backed out. I knew I could outbrake him, and he just didn't check to see that I was there on the apex. But he also knew he was faster, and he kind of assumed that he had the corner. But anyway, I should have backed out and stayed out of it and let him go. And so, overall difficult bummer of a race, but you learn from it and you try to do better next time. It's not been a great day of iRacing for me today. Had a race earlier. I was defending third place, and I might have been slightly aggressive, and the other car turned into me. I think he thought he'd cleared me, but he hadn't. It wasn't a place where two cars could really fit, apparently. I should have just given up the spot, but I didn't. But that's how my day's been going. This is our out lap for our qualifying effort. So we'll see if this goes any better. Definitely messed that corner up. Oh man. Lost 3, 4, 5 tenths. Alright, so that's qualifying. Right now it's got me as the fastest car, but I think a few other people still need to go. So, but right now I had the fastest qualifying lap, so we'll see what happens in the race. Alright, gonna grid up for the race here. Actually, it looks like a bunch of people decided not to qualify, so I'm sat here on pole, which is not a place I normally am, but that's alright. It feels good to be here. Almost feels like I'm starting to improve and learn some things. So we'll see. Just need to get through the first lap on cold tires pretty clean, see where we are, and then kind of be conservative. If I lose a couple places and finish third, I mean, that's outstanding as well. So obviously we're going to try. I have a reasonable chance of doing that, but there's no telling, right? We will see what happens over the course of the first few laps. All right, we got red lights.
Green, green, green.
And we are away. Looks like I got away mostly clean. Just lift a little bit. Still cold tires. But through the first corner cleanly. Definitely want to be careful. Lots of sliding. Braking about 75 meters.
Clear on the left.
That guy just crashed himself, so that gives us a little bit of room. I want my delta up here. Just when you're kind of on your own on the track, it's helpful to kind of see how you're doing. And we have successfully completed lap 1, so that feels pretty good. No idea what's happening behind me. There is a mod you can get. It's like a race engineer thing that gives you a little bit more detail. But for now, I'm just going to kind of concentrate on what I'm doing here. I'm starting to get a little better through that corner, but still not using all of the track. Alright, let's check our pace. Alright, so 156.8, so not very quick. I'd like to be in the low 156s, high 155s. The good MX-5 pilots are doing low 153s. I've even seen some 152s. I'm not that good. But, we're having fun, and that's what matters. Getting better, learning. Man, I hope this is a boring race. If it gets exciting, that means something bad's happened. So it makes for less interesting content for anyone who's watching this. But I would be okay with it. I would take it. Man, we're already starting to catch some back markers. That can't be a good sign. Within reason, I'll be pretty careful. I've got a bit of a lead, so I don't need to get by right away, but I also don't want to lose my cushion. So you can turn on auto blip for this car, where when you're downshifting, it'll blip the throttle automatically for you. I don't know if the real cars do that or not. I actually have that turned off at the moment, so I'm doing all my own throttle blips downshifting. Alright, I'm starting to slow down a little. I relaxed too much. I need to pick up my pace. Yeah, 157 is not going to do it. Yeah, I'm slowing down considerably. And I also think Second place now might have been third place. So it actually might be a faster driver who's finally gotten around his competition there. Alright, here we go. We're gonna catch this guy up here in a second. Let's hope for no drama here. Don't like drama. Gosh, I hope he sees me. Oh, come on, man. Get out of the way, boy.
Car on your left.
Oh, jeez.
Stay on the right. Clear on the left.
What are you doing?
Clear on the right.
Yes. Go crash over there. Well, as I said, if this race gets exciting, it's because something's gone wrong. Losing 5 seconds to a back marker is certainly something going wrong. So I don't love that. And he managed to crash before the guy behind me got through. So he was helping out second place. Maybe he was his teammate pulling an old blocking maneuver. Something must have happened to second place though, because now I'm 14 seconds ahead. That's very good news. Means I can be somewhat careful getting around this particular car.
Left side. Clear on the left.
That was nice. That was well done. Thank you. I just checked my pace on the last lap, and I was wondering why I was so slow. 157.9, it didn't feel that slow. But yeah, it's passing traffic, so. I mean, that's how much traffic can affect you.
I need one more good lap.
Alright, white flag. I think it was Alan Shepard on his first Mercury flight. He's sitting in the capsule and just says, please don't let me screw this up. Maybe he was more colorful. That's kind of how I feel. I'm in a good spot. I've got almost an 18-second margin. There's no way he catches me. I have to keep concentrating, because if you try to slow down too much, that can lead to making mistakes as well. And we don't want to do that, especially when we're heading towards our first victory. I should just glance over at the relative to make sure I was in first place. It's me, right? Indeed it is. Boring race to watch, but an awesome race in that it is my first iRacing victory, assuming we get through the next 3 quarters without crashing. Here we go. One last corner. And across the line.
You won. Yeah, we did it. Too bad it wasn't for $1 million.
Well, you know what, Jeff? Still feels pretty good. That's awesome. Alright, let's get off track here. See what it looks like. Alright, I gotta click on results, make sure. Yep, look, there it is. First place. Started first, finished first. Wow, 9th to 2nd, 8th to 3rd. There were some shenanigans here. But for now, it's a W. Alright, man. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.